Commissioner, we've been trying to talk to you. Angelina County Commissioner Terry Pitts ignored us for weeks.
I don't have time to talk to you.
Well, I want to talk about asphalt.
About what?
Asphalt.
I don't know nothing about asphalt.
That's pretty hard to believe. Pitts has been a county commissioner in the Lufkin area for 6 years, and his biggest job is maintaining the roads in Precinct 3. The areas outside places like Huntington, roads that are paved with asphalt. And before Pitts got elected in 2016, he spent 10 more years working for the Precinct 3 maintenance camp. He started his government career, in fact, fixing potholes, more asphalt.
I don't know nothing about asphalt.
Since January 1st, 2020, records in the Angelina County Auditor's Office show a local company, East Texas Asphalt, has billed Angelina County taxpayers a whopping $4.3 million for asphalt. They've had the asphalt contract for years, but they didn't return our phone calls to talk. And Terry Pitts, he bought tons and tons more asphalt than any other county commissioner in that time. Just take a look at the numbers. So Terry Pitts is an asphalt expert. He should know how much asphalt it takes to pave a road. I guess we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Not exactly, Commissioner. Back in 2020, you asked for $500,000 to pave 7 roads that needed help, and they did. And you were pretty precise about how much road you would pave. It wasn't 11 miles of road, it was 11.1 miles of road. We traveled down a few of the roads just to take a look at the work a few weeks ago. You can still see 2 years later what was fixed and what wasn't. But it turns out the commissioner didn't pave 11.1 miles of road. He admitted later he had only paved 7.2 miles of road with all the asphalt he had bought. That's a pretty bad mistake, don't you think? Especially for a guy who's been working with asphalt for more than 15 years. But it turns out the 7.2 miles of road, that apparently wasn't true either. The county engineer Chuck Walker says he took a second look and he measured just 5.6 miles of road paved. He told the DA, Janet Castles, there was silence.
Been practicing law here for 54 years. Was the city attorney for the city of Lufkin for over 40 years.
Bob Flournoy had formally complained the month before, and he did what the county auditor should have done. He asked for the records of the work the asphalt bought, and what he got was mostly handwritten scratch. No work orders, no way to really know who did what work. The DA sat on the complaints for months. It was May before Castles finally asked the local Texas Rangers to investigate. But now that investigation is under fire. And quite frankly, it should be. Here's why. Do you think there should be an internal investigation?
Well, in fact, I have requested one. I said, please, just investigate this thing. Investigate the investigators. Why would they do this?
The DA requested the Rangers' help on May 10th. Just 2 weeks later, Ranger Ryan Clendenin said he was done looking after what he described as a, quote, discrete and limited evaluation, whatever that means. The result was apparently leaked to the target of the complaint, Commissioner Pitts.
He just basically says, Pitts is good. There's nothing to investigate here, even though I'm talking about $300,000 worth of asphalt that's unaccounted for.
Here's a disturbing coincidence. Ranger Ryan Clendenin works in the same building as Commissioner Pitts' son, a DPS trooper. The ranger in Nacogdoches is James Hicks. They're all reportedly friends. And that's not surprising. But it screams for an independent review of this asphalt mystery. You think the Rangers are tainted in this?
Without a doubt. There's no doubt about it.
The Rangers did not return our calls, but a memo written by Ranger Clendenin to his boss sure raises lots of questions. Quoting, Commissioner Pitts provided an estimate to the county auditor regarding potential spending and stopped short of his budget. Congratulations. Instead of $502,000, it was $498,000. Boy, what cost savings. Quoting, I did not discover any reasonable suspicion which would lead to an investigation. Sure, there are reasons the cost of paving a road may vary, but How do you investigate asphalt discrepancies in just a few days?
It could have been too thick, or it could have been too wide, or something like that. That was their answer to it. They did not investigate it.
Virtually all the money was spent, but nearly half the paving is missing. Oh, I know. Maybe it just disappeared. You know, like when Wile E. Coyote paved all that road, and then when the Roadrunner came around behind him and it suddenly vanished. Wonder if the Rangers even did the math. If the engineer was right, if Pitts used $498,000 in asphalt to pave just 5.6 miles of road, he spent $89,000 a mile, double what he said it would cost, way more than any Angelina County commissioner has likely ever spent on 7 roads. And suddenly, once the Rangers got involved in this mystery, detailed work records showed up. Either they didn't exist before or they were illegally withheld, documenting the asphalt to the dollar. You're essentially accusing Commissioner Pitts, or someone that works for him, with tampering with government documents.
No question about it.
Regardless of how these records were created, how could Commissioner Pitts get the asphalt numbers so wrong? It sure sounds like the Ranger talked to him in his discreet investigation and bought the theory that this was just a good faith estimate gone wrong from a guy who should be an expert in asphalt. But the Ranger, he never even called Flournoy, the experienced government lawyer making the allegation. It was Flournoy who had just led the effort to remove a corrupt Angelina County commissioner. And that's just one of the reasons why the Rangers should respond to allegations of conflict of interest and do it publicly. Have you talked to your son about these investigations? Because there are complaints he's close to the Rangers. Is that funny?
You're funny.
I am? Is that true? Is your son friend with the Rangers? The folks in Angelina County deserve a real review of the county's asphalt money. Millions of dollars are involved, and the numbers are head-scratching. Just take a look at what each Angelina County commissioner claimed it would take to pave 1 mile of Angelina County roads. Remember, this is their biggest job. The cost ranged from $22,000 a mile to $66,000 a mile. You know what? Only one number can be right. And it's a recipe for mismanagement and possible corruption. Where the heck is the county auditor, the supposed financial watchdog? Look at her email to Dolcefino Consulting. This woman didn't even keep records of the asphalt bids. You can see my response to her and the county attorney. This is shocking.
Anything that you got to talk to me about is under litigation, and you know I can't talk to you about it.
Well,
So I don't know why you wasting your time.
The lack of real investigation into Commissioner Pitts seems odd in a county where there has been a wave of criminal indictments involving the DA and those very same Texas Rangers. The former engineer got busted, 2 county commissioners, and the county judge, who was immediately removed from office based on a misdemeanor charge.
It's destroying my family and myself. My kids hate it. I'm not sleeping at night. This is worse than worse. It's terrible.
Those investigations lasted months, not a couple of weeks, and all these people who've gotten in trouble have something curiously in common, besides from being public officials. Like 76% of Angelina County voters, they wanted a unit road system in the county, a professional engineer to handle road maintenance, and that very expensive asphalt, and not the county commissioners who have clearly proven by their own records that some of their math is suspect. Commissioner Pitts, he fought losing that control every step of the way, even though he's proven he can't count.
I'm so sad that here in our wonderful county and wonderful people that got indicted for nothing. I mean, good men, good people.
You folks in Angelina County should stay tuned.